Now, just on another matter, Garth, major Australian companies are being given permission by anti-discrimination boards to advertise positions for women only. It's to apparently help them reach gender quotas, which must be publicly reported for the first time this year. Ernst & Young, as we can see there, they've been given the go-ahead to advertise for women only in order to meet that commitment that 50% of senior manager level hires are women. Is this really the kind of thing we want business to be focused on? And is this even really fair?
Well, to be really clear, this is a directive of the Albanese government. Katie Gallagher stood up and said that you will not get government contracts unless you have these gender equality processes in order. This is what the Albanese government has demanded of business. So we should point this out, that this ability to discriminate on the basis of sex now is a directive of the Albanese government. This is the Australia that they want. But look, I've got to chuckle a little bit and smile. Is Ernst & Young, firstly, are they telling people that they don't employ the best person for the job? That's a hell of a sales line. I'm not sure that's going to inspire confidence amongst their people. But secondly, and look, forgive me if I'm laughing a little bit here, but is Ernst & Young saying that there's only two sexes or two genders?
No.
What about everyone else? They start down this path, and where does it end? This is this silly position that the big corporates have taken. We saw them do it on The Voice. They pretend they've got some morality, but when you look underneath it, they're just trying to buy a seat at the table with Mr Albanese.
You've opened a can of worms there, Garth. Hey, National Senator Bridget McKenzie
I like to do that.
We like it when you do too. You're welcome to do it anytime you want on this program. Bridget McKenzie has declared the coalition will repeal the Labor government's misinformation bill in the Senate. But we came across this comment today by Hillary Clinton speaking about what she sees as social media companies' role in all of this. Have a listen.
We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
Now, Garth, she's saying we lose total control if we don't, get a handle on the internet. Who is we? And what sort of precedent does that set, especially as Labor now wants to censor the internet?
Well, certainly not me. I don't seek that sort of control, and I don't think Australians would trust any politician who sought that sort of control, to be able to control what is said, what people think. I think that's a terrible overreach of government. Bridget McKenzie is absolutely right. We need to be fighting back against this. I'll be voting against this legislation, as I did and made it very clear that I'd be voting against it the first time they brought this out, and it was slammed then. They've made no significant changes to it. The minister still has the ability to determine what is right and wrong, what will be kept up, what will be put down. That is a huge overreach of freedom of speech in this country, and we should be fighting against it 100%. I don't think the Australian people want this. I don't think this is well thought through at all. But I tell you what, given that the Albanese government have not just taken this to the people once, but they're coming back a second time, you can be really sure this is what they want. This is the Australia they want, one where they have control over what you see, what you hear, what you read, and what you think. That's not the Australia that I want.
Garth Hamilton, thanks for joining us this evening. We appreciate your time.